The Second World War was a turning point for judo. The death of judo founder Jigoro Kano before the war, the wartime demands and surrender of Japan, the post-war occupation, and the banning of martial arts, all of this contributed to a period of uncertainty in Japan in general and in judo in particular. The revival of this martial art after the war was primarily due to the hero of today's video, the legendary judoka Kyuzo Mifune, who is considered one of the greatest representatives of the art of judo after its founder Jigoro Kano, and many even call him the greatest judo technician. Kyuzo Mifune was the youngest of 7 children. Perhaps it was fate, as he was born just 1 year after the founding of the Kodokan Judo Institute by Jigoro Kano. As a child, Mifune was extremely stubborn, always getting into some kind of trouble or dragging others into similar situations. His father, Kyuzo Mifune, was a strict disciplinarian, and by the time Mifune was 13 years old, his father grew tired of the boy and sent him to an incomplete high school in Sendai in northern Japan. There Mifune discovered judo, which later became a very serious interest. Yes, so that after a year of training when he was 14 years old and participating in a school tournament, he was able to defeat 9 opponents in a row. In 1903, Mifune enrolled in Jigoro Kano's Kodokan Judo Institute. After 15 months, he achieved his first dan in judo, and after a surprisingly short period of 4 months, he achieved his second dan. These rapid achievements and the fact that he never once lost at the annual Kodokan Red and White tournament are what earned Mifune his towering reputation. Over the next 20 years, Mifune's reputation and status continued to grow, and by 1912, he had achieved 6th dan, in 1923 7th dan, and won the first All-Japan Championship, by which time he was already being called the God of Judo. In support of this nickname, we can recall his famous bout with a sumo wrestler. When Kyuzo Mifune was 40 years old, he was challenged by a sumo wrestler who was 183 centimeters tall and weighed 110 kilograms. Mifune, who was not very big physically, being 159 centimeters tall and weighing 56 kilograms, managed to win the fight by successfully applying his signature Sumi Otoshi throw. Mifune taught at Kodokan, where he became chief instructor, and also taught at numerous universities, police departments, and military academies. In 1931, Jigoro Kano promoted Mifune to 8th dan, and in 1937 he was awarded 9th dan. After Kano's death in 1938, however, Mifune became the most influential mentor in Kodokan Judo. On May 25, 1945, Kyuzo Mifune was elevated to 10th dan, becoming the 4th of 18 judoka to be so honored. Mifune possessed 2 strong leadership qualities. The first was a great love for judo and an abiding appreciation for the opportunity to train. Since Mifune was short and skinny, these physical attributes made him fast and difficult to throw, and constant injuries forced him to examine aspects of his training that he might otherwise have missed. His second quality, however, was his kind attitude toward his students and his genuine interest in their welfare and success. Along with other great teachers of his time, he taught that the real goal of judo was not only to win, but to embody the truth contained in judo. He often reminded his students that judo was about perfecting character. His teachings emphasized the importance of throwing your opponent off balance, constantly striving to improve your technique, strategizing to allow your partner to move first, and never giving up. Mifune actively practiced judo throughout his life, and some judo legends tell us that in his 60 years of practice, Kyuzo Mifune never lost a match, nor was he ever dropped. Mifune was also an accurate and inspiring writer, and his words of wisdom, encouragement, and direction are a motivation for all martial artists. Never stop training. If my opponents train 1 hour, I train 2. If they train 2 hours, I will train 3.